Hey everybody, so for this video today, I'm going to talk about my thoughts on the Xbox One and Sony's PlayStation 4. Um, Unlike the Nintendo Wii system, these other two systems, I'm kind of there's certain spots about both systems and both game companies that I'm kind of kind of iffy about both. Um, for those who did see my thoughts about the Wii U and the 3DS and just Nintendo's E3 conference in general recently, well, not really recently, it was a couple of videos ago. Obviously, I praised where Nintendo was going and, with the game lineup they have and everything. Really looking forward to their stuff that they have ahead of us here. Um, with PS4, I'll start with that one since I have more positive thoughts on that one. I think with the PS4, I think it's interesting that we'll get a little bit more kind of what we saw with PS3, but it's kind of to the next generation, next level, like we would expect. Uh, I think with uh, I think with like PS4, I hope we get like more like Final Fantasy titles, maybe some more exclusive. I know another Kingdom Hearts game is in the works specifically for Sony because I know a lot of Kingdom Hearts games recently were released under Nintendo. Um, Maybe another Jack and Daxter game. I don't know if Naughty Dog would be up for that. Another Ratchet and Clank game I think would be nice. One thing that's kind of cool about Ratchet and Clank is there's going to be a animated film about Ratchet and Clank. I think at some point in 2015. So maybe an interesting thing to maybe market that some more while also making the fans happy with Ratchet and Clank would be to possibly make another Ratchet and Clank game for PS4. That would be a very smart move. And I don't think I want the move back. The Sony move, kind of like it's their version of Kinect and kind of their version of the Wii's motion controls. Yeah, I remember like it wasn't a huge success. I remember like it was successful around the time it was released because it was a hot new thing. I think maybe putting that back on the PS4 would not be a good idea to go with. I think I did hear somewhere that it's not going to be able to play PS3, so for that matter, it's not going to play PS1 or PS2 either. Then again, PS3 later on did that also. I still don't understand why certain companies do that. That's a very unconsumer friendly thing to do. I know that they want us to buy the new system, they want us to buy these new games, but it's like really, it's just like what if I want to play my PS3 games and PS2 games and PS1 games on here? It's like, do I have to hook up both of them now to the same TV? And it's gonna be really, really inconvenient for everybody. And I think it's going to be a good system. I think it will do a better job than the Xbox One. Um, as far as like really really new stuff, like we've never seen that before in games. uh I think it's not going to do as well maybe as some may hope. But I think it's going to be a good system. I think those who really like Sony are really going to be happy with what they have in store. So that's kind of my thoughts on PS4. For Xbox One, I'm really not happy at all. First off, you have to make sure that you check your online capability and your online access with your Xbox One every 24 hours. So that's going to be really inconvenient. Um, and I know with used games, basically when you buy a new game, fresh out of the package, you're the first person to use it. Basically, that game belongs to that system now and you. But like, let's say your friend wanted to borrow it, or you wanted to bring the game to your friend's house to start a new file on. And that's another thing too. Is like if you really want to play this game on another system, and you have saved data all saved up for it, you gotta start all over again. I mean, every any system you play on that's not the one that you saved on, that stuff's not going to transfer over. The person has to be on your friend list for like within the past 30 days in order for them to access things and to use this game that you just bought. Uh, there's just a lot of you can't play Xbox 360 games on there, and if you can, there's not a lot of titles you can play on it. There's just a ton of flaws about Xbox One. I have no reason at all to go out and buy it. I don't know of any exclusive titles. My guess is going to be the Halo titles and Call of Duty titles. I mean, that's really the only exclusives we're going to get. There's yeah, no exclusives. So like kind of like how Nintendo has Mario, Sony has their games. I know Sony's big on Final Fantasy and all that stuff. But yeah, Xbox One, besides Halo and Call of Duty, and even for Call of Duty, I mean that's a game series that's for other systems also. Uh, there's really no reason to buy Xbox One, guys. I mean, it's really gonna bomb. And I think it even heard somewhere that the Microsoft CEO, the one that replaced Bill Gates, even he came out and apologized for everything. It's just gonna be a really horrible system. There was like no post E3 questions on the system because it's because they were worried that people were gonna ask them questions that they couldn't answer. It's really gonna bomb. I really think it's not gonna do very well. And even if it does do well, you know for sure that it's only going to be the people who play Halo and at Call of Duty are going to be able to buy those games. Uh, and they're going to probably be the only people that enjoy the system. So yeah, I really can't support Xbox One. It's really gonna not be very well. There's really nothing good about it. So yeah, you guys, I think, like I said, I think PS4 is gonna do okay. I really have no hope at all for the Xbox One. Microsoft really has to reevaluate what they're doing if they really want it to succeed. I really have no hope for it right now. Um, so if anything, you guys buy a Wii U, buy a 3DS, maybe buy PS4 if you have the money, because I know that all right there, those three systems alone are going to cost you a lot of money. Uh, so like I said, PS4 might do okay. Xbox One is gonna bomb.